for the
right now,
game, and also
while my other game is like loading, so I might pause it and cut it.
New spotlight videos.
Infliction.
Today we are focusing
okay.
a
Anyway,
little
that's
more
Nintendo
on
trailer.
story.
Anyways, I might go back and forth to so I can send my video,
characters that
so
will
I can
join the
pause it and
Outriders
do all
in
like
their
that.
search
But
for the
either way, I'm
source
trying to
of
do
the
this
signal.
right on time when the Outriders live
Story
stream channels
is
up. So
in
let's
Outriders.
get into it.
And there's a lot of it.
I'm talking over.
In
So
telling
I'm
the
sorry.
dark and desperate sci-fi story at the heart of the game, there's an hour and a half of performance-captured cutscene with your Outrider and all of your customization,
Hour and a half.
front and center of the action.
I'm gonna have
There's
to do some
also
cutting.
2 hours
I'm gonna
of
have to do some
cutscene
cutting.
that fleshes out the side missions and extra story content off the main path.
This guy must be the bad guy.
How does it all fit
guy.
together? How do you navigate the world and all that it has to offer? Well, let's take a look at that now, shall we, as we jump into the game itself and share with you what's involved moment to moment as you explore and survive Enoch. All right, Sven, over to you.
Okay. Journey and structure.
Outriders is massive, both in terms of game length and the numbers of hours you'll be able to pour into it, and the physical distance you traverse
definitely gonna play
a
ton shit of this game.
So today we're excited to show you more of the journey and structure of Outriders.
I'm gonna play this game like to the point it don't
how
make
you
no
move
sense.
about the game and how the various features, systems, and story all come together. In last month's broadcast, we explored the first city, the area of Enoch first settled by the refugees of Earth.
Got it.
Everything from the section of the game unfolded here, in this area of the map.
Interesting.
The first city sits within a larger area of colonized Enoch, which you can see here. Here, humans have made a life, as best as they can, and built cities, strongholds, factories, and mines as they try to survive. This is where the Outriders are first reawoken from cryosleep, and where your first hours in the game are spent. Humanity has always struggled to leave this place, with the raging storms and monsters preventing further colonization of the planet, pushing society back to the Dark Ages. As you will see though, there's a whole lot more to Enoch. As an Outrider, you're one of the few powerful enough to leave humanity's broken settlements and journey out across this hostile planet. But what does that mean in actuality?
A lot of creatures going on.
Outriders takes advantage of a hub-and-spoke structure, connecting busy, settled areas, the hubs, with combat arenas and free roam areas.
Got it, got it.
The main story missions push you through the game, and a large number of side quests and additional content can be discovered on or off the beaten path. As side quests scale to your level, so do the rewards. It means even early side quests can be meaningful played late in the game. And it's worth saying side quests aren't fluffy objectives that take place in the same play spaces you've experienced in the main game. They're new, bespoke areas of Enoch that you could miss entirely, and they often reveal more secrets about the world.
Livestream like 30 frames? Because if it is,
let's travel quickly to Eagle Peaks, snow-capped mountains that encase the war zone, to take on a side quest there.
Is this your whole company?
There used to be more of us. Something happens to the men up in these hills. We hear voices. Some leave and don't come back. Same for anyone who goes looking for them. But maybe an altered could have more luck in finding them. Could you lend a hand?
All right, let's play detective. If I was a missing soldier wandering off into the night hearing voices, where would I go?
So Outriders got his own movie.
Oh, come on! Don't do this! I just came looking for my friend! He belongs here now!
What the hell?
We all do!
Oh, God.
Today!
You got that religion type of guy that sacrifices his acceptance. Oh, Lord. You can't get rid of those guys, huh? These guys got to be in any type of game.
Was just sacrificed to the anomaly? We need to have some words with this deadly cult and its leader.
Yeah, none but a cult.
Well,
it seems like, yeah, this thing is going at 30 frames, because I'm at 4080, because I know 4080 gonna give out that beautiful look, but apparently it's not. So we might have some technical difficulties here. Which is crazy, dude. I think the live stream is 30 frames. That's why it looks so rough on the edges. So I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back. Let me go ahead and check this video, my video I had to upload. So apparently when I went back, it stopped my upload. So you know what? I'm just gonna go through this
mercenary
and then I'm gonna upload both of them at the same time because
It's hard to show this without
this is just
spoilers,
getting crazy
but as you
now.
progress through the game, the world state and NPC dialogue is affected by pivotal moments from the story, and new side quests unlock, some of which are hidden in earlier hubs and play spaces, further rewarding exploration. Combat feats also come with achievements. Complete a collector's quest like Bounty or Monster Hunt, and NPCs will recognize and reward your triumphs. In bringing to life a new sci-fi universe, we are adamant that these settled areas feel dynamic and alive. Oh, and if Monster Hunts piqued your interest, stay tuned for a future broadcast to learn more about them.
Well, this should be interesting.
Crucially,
we get some
hubs
Monster
also
Hunter
allow you
vibes.
to check in on your Outriders
Monster
truck
Hunter
crew, which
vibes.
will grow as you progress throughout the game. We're going to talk more about your Outriders truck in the future, but its primary function is to transport you through the world, bringing many of the features of a town with it. All the
Okay.
functionality you'd expect from a hub hits the road with you. Your weapon vendor, your crafting, your crew. The truck is a moving RPG village. Now you don't operate the truck yourself. That job falls to your driver, Jakob, who we will talk more about later.
Okay.
But the customization options are vast, so you can personalize your ride along your journey. Okay, let's pack up and hit the road now. I need to head to the forest to continue my journey. Let's take a quick moment to introduce the crew. Your ride or die is accompanying you on your quest to discover the source of the signal. Here we can see Jakob, who drives the truck and can handle any customization of the vehicle. Jakob was with your Outrider during the first arrival on Enoch 30 years prior. A bright-eyed youth with an exciting life ahead of him on a new planet. Time has not been kind to poor Jakob. Here's Sahidi, who we met in the last broadcast. One of the few people on Enoch with a grasp on science and how to get mankind out of the pickle they happen to find themselves in. You can talk to Sahidi for weapon mods and crafting. We'll be talking more about this topic in the next broadcast.
About the
Finally, at least for the moment, there's Bailey, who's been appointed to your team by Corrigan, the Grand Marshal of Trenchtown, who's allowed you travel through the various sectors of the settlement.
Let's go.
Bailey hates the arrangement as much as you do, but is forced to join the journey. In camps like this, Bailey also acts as a gear vendor, with a host of unique weapons and armor you can trade for scrap.
Oh snap, Belly ain't
Other
playing.
notable features of a given camp? Your stash, where you can store and withdraw equipment that you might not be able to hold on your person. The stash also allows you to move gear freely
Oops, I
between
meant to
your
do that.
roster of player-built characters.
I had to wipe some off
Next to the hammock here, you'll always be able to change and
off my phone
customize the
there.
look of your Outrider. And of course the matchmaking terminal, which is hopefully self-explanatory. Before I'm leaving you for this month's broadcast, I'm going to take you beyond the safe confines of the Forest Enclave. It's a beautiful night, so let's head out there and explore.
Hey, you remember my tunes I used to play?
Like it was yesterday.
Hang on, a lot of
I can
forest
still
look
remember
beautiful.
some of them.
Something like oh,
Ow!
Please stop, Jakob. Please. I'm serious. Yeah, Jakob, I'm disconnecting.
yeah. Oh, that beatboxing. Here again. What the fuck was that? So co-op then?
So that's your look at the journey and structure of Outriders.
That was
Back
a
to you,
teaser.
Lucy.
That was a teaser.
Thank you, Sven. Hopefully that gives you a much better idea of the size and shape of Outriders
Ain't gonna lie.
and how your experience with the game
it gotta be a
actually
huge
plays
one.
out.
Gotta be a huge map.
All right, let's shift gears a bit here then for another broadcast exclusive reveal. Bringing the world of Enoch to life is achieved through more than just graphics and story. A big part of the atmosphere you'll soak in whilst exploring and surviving the hostile planet is achieved through music. We are very excited to reveal that the Outriders original soundtrack has been composed and arranged by none other than Inon Zur, a formidable name in the world of game music, with some huge titles and epic scores under his belt. In bringing the score to life, Inon joined a full orchestra in Budapest last year to lay down the tracks for the game, and we were there to chat to him.
Oh no, it's not gonna be interesting. Alrighty.
The Pyromancer.
Let's go. Let's see what the Pyromancer
turn up
got.
the heat.
Let's see what the Pyromancer got. Pyromancer class. Let's go. Oh, got that mummified look in his face. Why it kind of look like the Pyro looks like the That's dope. That's dope.
Greetings,
That's
Outriders.
dope. The Pyro looks
Welcome
dope.
to our Spotlight series, a collection of videos that delve deeper into specific aspects of
You ain't
the
got
game.
that tiki
Today, we're
vibe and
taking a
stuff
look
like that.
at our next class. Crank up the heat because it's the Pyromancer.
As pyromancers, we manipulate explosive volcanic energy and devastating walls of flames.
Volcanic energy and
Who is
devastating
this
walls
class
of flame.
for? Players who like to take on hordes of enemies at once. Also, pyromaniacs. Nah, just kidding. Don't actually set things on fire. Unless you're in the game, then set everything on fire.
Yeah.
Pyromancers tend to fight at
He's basically
mid-range.
the Human
They don't have
Torch.
the movement abilities needed to get in and out of combat quickly, like their Trickster brethren. But many of their abilities are area of effect based, meaning you'll want a decent amount of space to line them up, then light them up.
Okay.
Fundamentals. The Pyromancer has 3 core fundamentals that underlies
Fundamental,
each
y'all.
of their powers. These are
Fundamental.
explosive, immobilize,
Let's see here.
and ignite.
Yeah, dude. It got to be the live stream to make it look like that. I'm sorry if it look crunchy, y'all, because like it got a little crunchy vibe to it, you know.
Melee attacks. Your standard melee attack will deal fire damage to anyone it hits, while also inflicting extra effects as well.
Let's see if I can get a screenshot here.
It is so much more than a skill just to use in a raw panic. Healing. Even the best combatants get injured from time to time, so knowing how to utilize your unique pyromancer
that's
skills
a good one.
is
Okay.
essential to surviving.
I got that one.
As with all of the classes, there are no quick fixes to retaining health. You need to play aggressively to restore HP. In the
That's how you do in this game. I play aggressively, which is quite different to all looter shooter games.
Any pyromancer skill that damages an enemy will
like,
mark
you
them
always
for
gotta
a set
play,
time.
you
This
know,
means that
defensively
pyromancers
or
can get
cover up
maximum
to
healing,
get their health.
affecting the greatest amount of enemies possible, and then also ensuring that those same enemies meet a swift death.
So how quick your health go back up? All right, power
Each
move,
class
baby.
has 8 powers in total, starting
Power
with a single power
move.
and unlocking more as you level up.
Let's
Many
go.
of the
Let's
pyromancer's
go.
powers inflict a status effect called burning. This sets enemies on
Oh,
fire
yeah.
and provides a nice bit of damage over time. However, inflicting burning also momentarily stuns enemies and
got
can be
that
used
Monster
as an
Hunter.
interrupt.
I think this is the
That's
anthem we
enough
were
general
looking for.
power
Let me stop, y'all. Let me stop.
Let's check out 4 of the pyromancer's abilities now.
I mean, it looks interesting.
Power
though.
1. Thermal Bomb. Thermal Bomb will
Definitely gonna
set
get
an
this
enemy
one. Definitely
ablaze
gonna get
and
this
deal
game.
additional damage to them over time. If an enemy dies while under the effects of Thermal Bomb, they'll rise into the air and explode in a gory mess, dealing damage to a large radius. Combine this power with a mob of grouped enemies, and the resulting explosion may well wipe the rest of them out too. You don't have to be the one to land the killing blow either. You can tag an enemy and have a fellow Outrider kill them, which will still trigger the thermal bomb going off. Teamwork. Power 2, Ash Blast.
Okay.
Using this skill will apply the status effect Ash to all enemies
14
in a
minutes.
large radius. Ash prevents affected targets from doing anything at all for a few seconds, immobilizing them in a suffocating cloud of dust. A great crowd control ability, Ash Blast can cause large numbers of enemies to briefly freeze in place. This can be combined really well with other powers to hit
Yeah,
a
it looked rough
maximum
on the
number
edges
of
because
enemies.
maybe it's a 30 frame
And there are
stream,
scenarios
30
to
frames
use
per
Ash
second
Blast
stream.
both offensively
Maybe that's
and
why.
defensively. Offensive. Use Ash Blast to prevent enemies from escaping any area of effect abilities you or your teammates might be casting. Alternatively, Ash Blast can help you line enemies up for successful headshots, causing maximum damage. Defensive. Ash Blast can also be used to buy you vital breathing room. Ironic, seeing as your foes will be choking on Ash. If you're being overwhelmed, use it to freeze enemies in their tracks and fall back to a more manageable distance. Power 3, Heatwave. This is one of the earliest powers you unlock. As the Pyromancer is a medium-range class, you'll want to maintain a little bit of distance between yourself and enemies, and Heatwave is perfect for this. If enemies, particularly melee attackers, try to rush you, Heatwave will provide you with the space you need to be most effective at scalding them into crispy giblets. Heatwave's secondary effect shouldn't be forgotten either. The burn status effect will deal damage over time to all affected enemies, which may well help give you a nice burst of healing if they feel the burn a little bit too literally. Power 4, Overheat. Overheat may only deal a small amount of damage to enemies within a large radius, but it does deal extra damage to enemies that are currently burning, making it a great follow-up skill. Similarly to Heatwave, Overheat is an excellent way of marking numerous foes and strategically setting yourself up for a big burst of healing. It's one of those skills that just gets on with everyone, you know?
Oh, wow.
It synergizes really well with a number of other powers to double down on damage dealt. The definition of supportive. We all need an Overheat in our life. As we mentioned before, our Pyro Pow will feature a further 4 powers on top of those that we've shown today, but we will talk about these later down the line.
Oh, no.
Power combos. Using powers by themselves is all well and good, but utilizing them in combinations is where Outriders truly shines.
Whoa!
Heatwave's ability to hit several enemies at once with burning means that Overheat can inflict maximum damage. Thermal Bomb, on the other hand, may only inflict burning onto a single enemy at a time, but the status effect still means that Overheat can be triggered to cause extra damage and ensure the Thermal Bomb carrier dies and triggers the explosion. As mentioned, the Pyromancer is ideally a mid-range fighter who likes to keep enemies at arm's length. And this combo will show you how to do just that. While in battle, Heatwave neutralizes enemies that get too close. Following Heatwave up with Ash Blast will ensure that those enemies remain where they are.
Basically like a little
Then
freeze.
place a thermal bomb amongst the mob and focus all fire on that enemy.
Wow.
If you can kill them before the Ash Blast effect wears off, you can wreak havoc with the thermal bomb explosion and benefit from a burst of healing at the same time.
Wow.
And bear in mind, these are only simple examples of how powers could be chained.
Yeah.
You'll no doubt
That's
find
a
your
lot
own
of
most effective ways of playing Outriders in
A
your
lot
own
of your
style.
own effective ways, dude.
Alter your Pyromancer.
Okay.
Each class has a tree of class point nodes that you can activate to alter the way your
long,
build and
dude,
skills
but
work.
This is a live stream.
Class points are acquired by leveling up. You won't be able to fill out the entire class tree, but you will be able to respec your nodes to change the way you play. The 3 branches for the Pyromancer are Ashbreaker, Firestorm, and Tempest, with each branch providing both major and minor passives that affect your character's type of damage focus and survivability.
Trying to get enough information as possible to see what type of class I'm trying to go
The
into,
Ashbreaker branch
man.
will generally provide bonuses when dealing
Pyromancer
damage
looks
against
quite
marked
fun.
enemies,
Pyromancer
while
looks
also providing a
definitely quite
boost in anomaly power. The Firestorm branch is a path focused on maximizing the damage output of skills. This path will allow you to increase your anomaly power, your burning damage, and the skill damage you do on marked enemies. The Tempest branch, on the other hand, helps you fill more of a tank role. The path focuses on maximizing your health bonus and reducing the damage you take from certain sources. One of the more unique passive bonuses you can activate on this path is an automatic revival upon death. That's pretty handy. Additionally, the equipment you use may impact the way your skills work. The gear you equip might reduce the cooldown or duration of a skill, or they may alter it on a more fundamental level. But fear not, we will showcase these bad boys in a future
gun
video.
that is on fire.
And with that, the introduction to our Pyromancer
That is hot.
coming to
Get
a
it?
close.
Because the gun's so
Keep an eye
far.
out
Okay,
on our
let me
YouTube
stop.
channel
Let me
for
stop.
future gameplay videos and
Let me
other
stop, y'all.
spotlights
Let me
coming
stop.
soon.
Let me stop,
Subscribe and hit the notification bell
Ooh,
for
not the
videos that are hot
Smithy.
off the
Not the
press.
Smitty
We hope you got
Weston.
fired up exploring the sizzling skills of the Pyromancer.
Is that it?
And we'll see you next time.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
We are fast approaching the end of broadcast 2. Oh, I know, all good things must come to an end. But before we disappear, we're going to continue our new tradition of rounding things off with a bit of a Q&A.
In gear,
Okay.
a detailed look at the
This is the
Devastator
ending, y'all.
class,
This is the ending.
and much more. See you then.
Yeah. That's it, y'all. All right, y'all. That is it for me right now, man. What did y'all think? You know, what do y'all think? How good is the game going to be? Let me know. So I'm going, y'all. I'm out. Peace.